Are you a holder of Sphere Finance? Do you believe in the future of this project? Well, if so, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm going to be doing with my tokens in order to potentially win even more tokens. We are going to be taking a look at the Sphere games as well as Penrose and Dystopia, so stay tuned and enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Eric here and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day and are doing well. If you are, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And today what I want to do is I want to go over the recent announcement of Sphere Finance and what I plan to do with my Sphere tokens. So as we can see, I have about 150,000 Sphere tokens. Right now it's worth around $572. And taking a look at the price of Sphere, well, we're not seeing much. I think it's actually the lowest it's ever been ever since we've been on the Sphere slash USD plus pair. This is on Dystopia, but again, we're still in a bear market. Inflation is still there, and we're basically going into a recession if we're not already there. But what I want to talk about today and what I plan on doing with my Sphere tokens is very simple. They actually announced that they are bringing back the games, and the Sphere games are basically a place where you can put your tokens in and essentially try to win some tokens. So if we just take a look at their announcement, here they say that they are bringing this Sphere games back and basically how it's going to work now. And we had known this for quite some time, but today, or actually yesterday, they've actually launched the Sphere games back and it's live for you to go deposit your tokens. So the way it works, you're obviously going to need to approve the contract and then you can deposit your Sphere into the games. The Sphere is going to be converted into a Sphere ticket, which is T-Sphere, and then once you want to withdraw from that, you are going to get your Sphere tokens back. Your T-Sphere is basically going to yield you a Sphere token at a ratio of 1-to-1, so you're not actually losing anything. But of course, the caveat here is if you are depositing in these games, you are basically locking up your tokens for 14 days. So within 14 days, if you'd want to withdraw your Sphere, you would be taking a 30% penalty for doing so. So obviously, if you are going to be participating in the Sphere games, I would definitely recommend letting those 14 days expire before you withdraw anything. Now, they've also increased the number of winners to 20 players from 10, so basically doubling the amount of people who can win, which is awesome. And before, we knew that the Sphere games, the way it was actually funded was via rebases, but because Sphere Finance is now deflationary, the taxes for buying and selling Sphere Finance is going to be funding that reward pool. Now, I don't know for sure what percentage of those taxes are actually going to be used to fund that pool, but they also say that they will be seeding the pool with around 3 million Sphere tokens as long as they have sufficient supply, and that's going to be done every week. So we know that we have at least 3 million Sphere tokens, and then whatever else is with those taxes, we are going to have a number of Sphere tokens in that pool for us to try and potentially win. So if we move on to the Sphere games tab, here we see the price pool of exactly that, 3 million Sphere tokens, which is currently worth about $11,400. And they also say that the yield source is from taxes. So I'm not too sure how this is going to work, if they're going to have a separate wallet for the taxes and then send a portion of those taxes to the price pool on a weekly basis. Again, I'm not entirely sure. And if we go on to the taxes and we look at where are these taxes going, we have no information on how much and what the percentage is that is actually going into the Sphere games in order to fund this. So in my opinion, they're probably going to update their documents here. And if we go to Sphere games, it says coming soon. So I believe they're going to update that. But if I were a guessing man, I'd probably say it's anywhere from 2 to 3%, or maybe even less than that, that's going into this pool. So if you want to participate in the games, and basically if you are a long-term bull on Sphere Finance and you believe in the ecosystem, there's really no downside of depositing into the Sphere games, because if you are just planning on holding your tokens, well, you're not going to be selling within the next 14 days. So you may as well just deposit your tokens in there. But of course, just be aware that when you do have to wait 14 days. If not, you are going to get taxed at a 30% rate. So just be careful of that. But since I am a believer in Sphere, and I do believe Sphere Finance is going to have a good future, and I'm not really planning on selling my Sphere tokens, I am going to be depositing into the Sphere games. And if we click max here, just make sure to remove all these decimals. You don't need that. It may give you an error if you do not remove it. So just leave it as an entire number. And then if you hit play, it's going to ask me to confirm. And of course, we have that 14-day will result in a 30% tax. We've talked about that many times. So it brings it up again, which is good. I'm going to confirm deposit. It should open up my MetaMask. I'm going to pay a small gas fee in Matic in order to deposit into this pool. As we can see, it's about 0.032 Matic, which is absolutely nothing. Hit confirm, and then boom, I'm gonna have a 1 in 272 chances of winning a portion of this pool. So as we can see here, my deposit, I have all of my money in there. I have 1 in 273 chances of winning. Hopefully I am one of the lucky winners, but basically this pool is going to be divided by 20 people. So again, if you are bullish on Sphere, why not deposit in this? You're not losing anything by depositing in there. Just of course of that 14-day thing that you won't be able to sell without incurring a tax on it. Now, I just wanted to quickly touch base on Dystopia and Penrose. As we can see here, if we type up Sphere Finance, we are going to be able to see this pool between USD Plus and Sphere. So we have this liquidity in here, and basically you can provide liquidity and earn an APR of about 18% if you do decide to provide liquidity to this pool. I am not personally doing that, but again, it's another way of making some passive income. But keep in mind, this is a volatile pool, so things can go sideways pretty quickly as opposed to a stable pool, which is exactly what I'm providing liquidity to. So I have this pool, the USD Plus to USDC. I am providing liquidity on this and basically staking it onto Penrose. As we can see, I have about $1,100 in this pool, and it's yielding me about 7% plus whatever USD Plus is yielding. If we go on to that, we can see I've made about $2.58, and I'm also providing liquidity on Wrapped-Matic and Dystopia. I initially put $500 in here, and now that's down to $127, and that just goes to show the volatility of those volatile pools. So just be aware of that. You can lose money. Although I am making a lot more money than the stable pool, I am definitely losing on my initial investment. Now, if we take a look at the volume on Dystopia over the last 7 days, we're sitting around 8.5 million, which is down about 12% from the previous week. If we take a look at daily volume right now over the last 24 hours, we're sitting around 808,000. So definitely on the low side, down about 43%. And going back to the Sphere slash USD Plus pool, here we can see that the volume is quite low, just around $43,000 in terms of 24-hour volume. So the volume is low, the price is low. Dystopia's volume is also lower than usual. But again, if you are bullish in the long term of Sphere, why not deposit your Sphere in Sphere Games? But of course, it's your money, your decision, and you guys get to do whatever you want. So with all that being said, that's what I wanted to cover in this video. Of course, if you go back to the dashboard, it's going to say you own nothing, but that's because your tokens are now in ticket form of Sphere. And if you go back to the games and wait 14 days, you'll be able to withdraw your amount, and then your Spheres are going to be back in your wallet. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.